Hi guys, welcome. Okay, today I want to talk to you about salaries. Okay, now salaries is quite a big issue. When we were in Ghana, okay, I feel like I'm always starting my videos with when we were in Ghana, when we came to Ghana. But anyway, when we were in Ghana, or when we were coming to Ghana rather, I was offered a job as a teacher here, and my expectations were just completely non-valid at all. They just were out of the water. I don't know what I was expecting. But anyway, in my mind I was expecting that I would get a salary which would be comparable to that of the UK, and when I found out it wasn't, I was quite shocked, just because I didn't prepare myself mentally for that. But anyway, as you know, I didn't get that job. I didn't take that job in the end anyway. It wasn't for me, but it was great for someone else. Okay, different folks, different strokes and all that. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. So basically my salary expectations were completely different. The salary that I was offered at the time, for bearing in mind I'm not qualified teacher, but I'm very child friendly, and I was in the homeschooling route anyway, so therefore this person wanted me to work with them, and the salary that I offered initially was 2,000 cedis. And for me, I was just like, oh my gosh, 2,000 cedis, how am I gonna function with 2,000 cedis? I mean, my transport, my lunch, I just couldn't understand how that could work for me. But I don't know. But 2,000 cedis in Ghana, if you've got a job and you're earning 2,000 cedis, you're doing pretty well in Ghana. That is a pretty decent job that you want to hold on to here. So you need to understand the currency value of it. Okay, I will put the currencies on the video, the dollar and the pound equivalent, so you can understand what I'm talking about when I speak cedis. Now, so 2,000 cedis here is not bad by all means for Ghana standard of living. I'm not talking about expat jobs where you've got the house and the car and you're paid the dollar or the pound equivalent, and you know they give you a fish tank for free and all of that stuff. You get everything your heart desires. I'm not talking about one of those packages. That is completely different. I'm talking about you've come to Ghana, you're going to companies and you're giving out your CV and you're trying to get a job, that kind of job. You're looking probably about 2,000 cedis there or thereabouts. Could be a bit more, maybe even a little bit less. But that's basically the kind of salary that you're going to be working with. Now, if you've got if your job that you do is very specific, then you might get a salary of about 5,000 cedis, and trust me, you're doing very well for yourself if you're on 5,000 cedis a month. That's a good job. You see, you want to hold on to that one. Okay, so you need to make sure that your expectations salary wise are realistic here, otherwise you're going to be very, very disappointed, like I was. And that wasn't even a reflection on the school, that was a reflection on me, and that mentally I wasn't prepared for coming here and trying to get a job and thinking that I would get a job equivalent to the UK, which was just absurd. It just doesn't happen like that. So you quickly got to get your head around what is a good salary here and being able to manage with what you have. Okay, so obviously I guess the salaries equate to the cost of living here, but mind you, living here is quite expensive at times. Now, if you are going to hire house help, now what I'm going to talk about is completely controversial, because the problem we have in Ghana is we have some people who come here as expats and they can afford to pay over the odds for particular jobs. There are some people that come to Ghana and are trying to make ends meet, and they are also prepared to pay a certain amount for jobs as well. If you have house help, any type of house, I'm talking about gardeners, drivers, whatever, yeah, the amount you can pay for those services is debatable. And I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. I'm not sure if you can tell on this video, but I am trying to choose my words very careful because I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to upset anyone. Now, what I have found here is that a lot of expats pay over the odds for their staff. I'm talking about way over the odds. I've heard of people paying their drivers like 1,000 cedis, 1,005. I'm sorry. That is just ridiculous. Please don't come to Ghana and pay your drivers 1,000, 1,500 cedis or whatever. That's just, it's just not sustainable. If you pay them that and they lose their job, chances of them ever getting a job like that again is going to be non-existent. You're going to push them into a corner. You just can't. Drivers that I know, for local people that are here, they would get paid maybe like 500 cedis, and that's pretty good. Now you might think 500 cedis is low, but you need to understand the currency here. And what else you need to understand is that many people don't just do one thing, they do many things. So that person may be a driver, but they probably got a business somewhere and they're probably doing something else. It's called ba ba ba, if you don't know. So say it with me, ba ba ba. That's what it's called, okay? And it means from here, from there, and it means you then gather your finances into one. So you're doing different things, basically, is what it means. Okay, so don't be deceived and think, oh gosh, someone can't survive on 500 cedis. You'd be surprised, okay? House help, again, is another thing that people tend to overpay for. House help, I mean, for me personally, if I had a house help and my house help was 5 days a week, say like 10 till 4 or something like that, I would pay maybe 500 cedis, and that's it. I'm not going to pay 1,000 cedis for nothing. And you thinking that by paying 1,000 cedis for your house help means that they're going to be a super performer, don't get it twisted. They're not. There's still could be that chance that they're going to steal from you one day. It's happened many a times. I hear it amongst many of the expat communities that, you know, they pay their staff this X, Y and Z, and they're surprised that the person has stolen from them even though they've been working for them for about 60 years. It happens. It's not necessarily the amount that you pay the person, it's the person's character, okay, that will keep them in the job, and that's it. So don't think by coming here and paying someone like triple over the odds that, you know, things will be that, you know, you're not going to have any problems. Those two things do not equate, and I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. So don't do that. So please, so the point of this video is to tell you that your salary expectations should be realistic, those that you're going to earn and also those that you're going to pay your staff, okay? So my husband's distracting me in the background. He's telling me that I'm talking too fast. So, oops, and my son is pulling the camera. So I'm sorry, I was distracted from it. Thank you. No, don't pull it. My camera's gonna drop. Sorry. Anyway, so basically that is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So please have real expectations, salary expectations when you come to Ghana. If you're not happy with that, the best way forward is to get a job. And I'm going to give you another nugget of experience, another nugget here, right? There are something that I've observed in Ghana here. When you study abroad, in the UK or America or any of those Western developed countries, they tend to teach children to do well in school in order to get a good job. In these so-called developing countries, children still go to school and they're still encouraged to do well, but they are taught to think of a good business to start. Can you see the difference here? Get a job and get a good and start your own business. One is entrepreneurial, one is a sheep. I'm sorry to say that if you've got a job, there's nothing wrong with having a job. Please don't kill me, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I've had plenty of jobs before. It's not, I'm not insulting you in any way, okay? What I'm trying to say is you should try and be entrepreneurial. So if you're coming to Ghana, this is your best ever chance to be entrepreneurial. And my next video, I actually want to talk to you about good businesses to start, and give you a little bit of advice, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm talking a bit too much now, so I'm going to stop. But basically, salary expectations if you're coming here to do to get a job, and also paying your staff, okay? That's all I wanted to really talk about. But definitely look out for the next video. That's what I'm going to be talking about. But guys, anyway, that's enough from me, guys. Until next time.